In air blast injection, a separate compressor is used to create an air blast at pressure of 6 megapascal. Statement 2, the solid injection system is heavier as it needs increasing the fuel pressure to 30 megapascal. Now we'll see what statement 1 and statement 2 are here. Statement 1 suggests that air blast injection, a separate compressor is used. Yes, it is correct. In air blast system, in air blast injection systems, air compressors were used. And these air compressors were used to increase pressure of air up to 60 to 70 bars. And 60 to 70 bars, here the range given is 6 megapascal, that means 60 into 10 power 5 pascal, that is 60 bar only, 60 or 70 bar. So statement 1 is correct, and it is again a point to remember that air blast injection system are not used nowadays in CI engine. In compression ignition engines, such systems are not being used, since this air blast injection system uses air compressor, which is a heavy device, and due to this efficiency become low. So your overall efficiency of the system becomes low, since you are using an air compressor, very high pressure you are using to inject. Now in statement 2 it is given that in statement 2, in solid injection system it is heavier as it needs increasing the fuel pressure to 30 megapascal. The word written, the solid injection system is heavier, is false. Why? Because solid injection system is a system which is better than this air blast system. The reason why air blast system was rejected, it was heavy. It used a heavy compressor. The problem was eliminated, and solid injection system is not heavier than this air blast injection system. So our answer will be option C, which suggests statement 1 is correct and statement 2 is false. While turning a 60 mm diameter bar, it was observed that the tangential cutting force is 3000 Newton and the feed force was 1200 Newton. Now you please do not get confused in these terms. One is cutting force, one is thrust force. The usual nomenclature which we use is cutting and thrust. So cutting force is 3000, thrust force is given 1200 Newton. 3000 and 1200. If the tool rack angle is 32 degree, then the coefficient of friction is nearly. The values for sin theta, cos theta and tan theta are given to you. You can utilize these values and find out what is tan theta and what is value of mu. As we know that coefficient of friction is equal to F by N. It is frictional force divided by normal force. Now how to find out this frictional force and normal force? There are formulas: Fc sin alpha plus Ft cos alpha and Fc cos alpha minus Ft sin alpha, where alpha is rack angle. Okay, Fc is cutting force and Ft is thrust force. In our question, Fc is given 3000 Newton and Ft is given as 1200 Newtons. By putting the values 3000 sine of 32 degree plus 1200 cos of 32 degrees, you will get around 2610 Newton, around, approximate. The values are with you, sine 32 and cos 32, it is already given. From here 3000 cos 32 minus 1200 sine 32. This value will be approximately 1914 Newton. Now the values are with you. To find mu is equal to F by N. Value of F is 2610. It is 1914. By dividing these two, you will find mu equal to 1.36. So value of coefficient of friction is nearly 1.36. So final answer will be A. Option A will be correct. Here you can see that mu, coefficient of friction, is more than 1. It is rarely. If it was the only option, like mu is greater than 1, it is the only option present in the ABCD, you would have thought. But here in this question, all these options are greater than 1. So 1.36, 1.37 is given in option A, so option A will be correct. For a spot welding of 1 mm thick sheet with a current flow time of 0.2 second, the heat generated is 1000 joules. If the effective resistance is 200 micro ohm, the current required is. This is the figure how any spot weld is generated. It is called nugget. Now to form this, there is one principle, and electrical energy is utilized for the heat generation. Now the principle used is high resistance between the surfaces and the air inside the surface is used, and that is utilized for energy generation. So energy will be I square R, that is power multiplied by time. In this formula almost everything is given but the current. So energy, that is 1000 joule, it is given in the question. I square, that is what I have to calculate. R, that is 200 into 10 power minus 6 ohm. Time is given as 0.2 seconds. I can solve the values from here. It will be 100 is equal to I square into 2 into 2, 4 into 10 power minus 6. If this minus 6 will go here, it will be 10 power 8, and 1 by 4 is equal to I square. This can be written as I equal to 1 by 2 into 10 power 4. I can write it as 5000 ampere also. So if 5000 ampere, just look at the magnitude, if 5000 ampere current is applied, and if resistance, so less resistance, 200 into 10 power minus 6 ohm, this resistance, if it is there, then the power generated here will be 1000 joules. In such cases, voltage is very low, voltage is kept very low, and current is kept very high. This is the principle what we are using for spot welding. So our answer will be option number B, 5000 amperes. The maximum possible draft in rolling, which is the difference between initial and final thickness of the sheet metal, depends on 4 options are given: rolling force, roll radius, roll width, or yield shear stress of the material. Now in rolling process, if I am having 2 rollers with me here and some material which is entering in the roller, and there will be some output. If the thickness here is T out and thickness here is T in the question it is given that delta T is equal to T in minus T out, and the maximum possible value of this is function of, it is what asked in this question. So delta T max is equal to mu square into R. It is a relation with us where mu square is coefficient of friction and R is radius. So in the given options, option B matches, that is roll radius. So our answer will be option number. Consider the following statements. Dispatching authorizes the start of production operation by first, releasing material and components from stores to the first process. Second, releasing the materials from process to process. Third, issuing of drawing and instruction sheets. Now in production planning, this dispatching is very important as far as planning orders, and then control and issue. Controlling and issuing the orders as well as planning. For all of this, dispatching is the single term which is used in production planning. So with respect to this particular fact, releasing of the material and components from store, at first place, yes, before starting any production you need this material release. Second, releasing of material from process to process, yes, in between process also materials are required. And third, issuing of drawing and instruction sheet. Because dispatching is kind of authority, or it is kind of paper which a production manager have in his hand, and when dispatching is done, the process gets started. It is the actual start of the process. So for actual start, all the three components given here are needed. So option correct will be D. Such questions are quite confusing also. Like in such questions, all the three statements are part of one single statement only. So this, for this particular one, the answer goes with D. The material removal rate will be higher in ultrasonic machining process for the materials width. So you are having a process, ultrasonic machining, it is unconventional or non-conventional machining process. Four options are given: higher ductility, higher fracture strain, higher toughness and lower toughness. For any material to be cut by ultrasonic machining, we use a process in which constant hammering is there, constant, with help of abrasives. Abrasion reaction happens here, abrasion happens, and constant hammering is there. In this process, the fracture is the phenomena by which the material is removed. Now this fracture is directly associated with toughness, because if toughness is high, that means energy required to fracture the material is high, and if toughness is low, that means energy required to fracture the material is low. So for our particular application, if we want material removal rate to be higher than this material should be having lower toughness. If lower toughness is there, fracture will happen with lesser energy and high rate can be formed. So answer will be D, that is lower toughness. Tool signature is option A, a numerical method of identification of tools. B, plan of the tool. C, the complete specification of the tool. D, associated with the tool manufacturer. Now this question is specifically defined in ASA. American Standard Association has defined tool signature as a numerical method of identification of tool. So there is no point to discuss any other option. Final answer will be A.